We are a little over a month into the Real Housewives of Orange County season 20 going out into the world.
Yes.
Has anything surprised you so far that's made air?
You know, it's the weirdest thing, and a lot of us are kind of experiencing it this year. We forget what we filmed. I had a lot of fun this year. I have a unique relationship, I feel, with each cast member, and there's some little silly thing that we have with each other. So I've been able to laugh a lot in season 20.
Laugh a lot. There's been some tears, too.
It just made me think about the horrible things that I've done to you, and I just want to say I'm sorry.
Thank you, Tamra. I don't want to cry. It means a lot.
Tamra.
Right.
We had this very emotional apology from her.
Right.
Months later, does that ring true to you?
I thought that we were in a good place at the end of last season, but then the reunion hit.
Sit on the end and be quiet.
I'm on a show where we express our opinions. And I'm saying you make snide comments.
Shut
and I can do that.
Okay. I'm not willing to go back to, clicking back into the way it used to be. And that's to protect myself. And that's kind of where I stand. You're gonna see a lot of fun times that Tamra and I had together this season. So that's good. But then, you never know how she's gonna wake up in the morning because she's been out there making a few comments.
Yeah, so she did an interview where she said she thinks you don't want the fans to know how close the two of you have reconnected, that maybe you're scared what the comments will say or you don't want to spoil the season.
I mean, if I was only so obsessed with social media, I'm very bad at it.
She goes, Gina and I talked about it. Your social media sucks.
Did you really have a talk about my social media?
You're leaving money on the table, a lot of money.
I don't care what the fans have to say. I've basically maintained the same, opinion and how I need things to be for quite a while now. And I hate that I have to keep bringing it up because it's not like we're trying to hammer in some major rule. It's just how I feel.
Your castmates, Gina in particular, seemed shocked when you sat for that panel at the Big 20th when you brought up there was a hour and 52-minute phone call the night before.
Not 2 hours.
Those 8 minutes are important to you.
Yes.
I was on the phone with Shannon last night for 2 hours.
1 hour and 52 minutes to be exact.
We took a screenshot of it. I feel like an entire season of us trying to get you guys together, and now you're going to be on the phone for 2 hours? Yeah. I know.
It's an evolution.
Hey, fill in the blank for me there. Why would they not be clued into?
Okay, well, it had happened the night before, and Tamra and I were, they were deciding who was going to do Watch What Happens Live this day or this day. And so it was, Did You Hear Yet? And then we had just received the episode. So it kind of turned into the olden days where we would talk and say, oh my God, can you believe that I wore that outfit? Or, that kind of stuff. And then we're like, oh my gosh, we've been on the phone forever. And it was great.
Okay, so
it was great.
That was not indicative of a new pattern. That was like a one-time this happened and the timing just happened to be that day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
On top of, you mentioned reunion, there was also Ultimate Girls Trip before this season started.
Yeah.
I'm the one that has everything. I'm not the one that's struggling right now.
Tamra, the fact that I filmed with you after you treated me so horribly and called me one night 18 times at a dinner table?
I told you
girls,
the truth.
she did.
I told you, she runs off. That's what she does.
No, because I don't want to have this conversation with you.
No, because the truth hurts, bitch.
Have you wrapped your head around why that night took the turn it did in the way it did?
Yeah, it's hard. It's frustrating for me because we were starting to film Real Housewives of Orange County 2 weeks after. So we were all instructed, you're behind the scenes. You're like sideshow people. Don't get into, discussions and issues that we're going to be addressing on our show. And so I walked in there, I'm going to be silly. I pinched Tamra on the fanny when I went in there. And I ate the bow off the cake and, I intended to be silly, but she kept poking. Giselle, is Shannon a girl's girl? Oh, okay. And it just kept spiraling, and I was good until it got to the point where she said, like, I guess I drink, I can't get a man, and I don't have any money. And at that point, it was like, you know what? No, it's actually, you've got some issues, so stop.
No, I'm not the one that...
Okay, stop with the alcohol thing. The one one that said, Shannon, you're never gonna see me drunk ever again. 5 hours later, you f***ing quit because you couldn't even put a word together.
No, because
don't even talk
my
to
best
me.
friend was in the
Don't talk to
hospital.
me.
This was not productive.
What upset me the most about the whole thing was that I was supposed to go to the finale at the Berkshires, and I felt very honored to be included in that. So for me, that was a huge blow that I wasn't able to go when I feel as though I wasn't really the instigator. Tamra instigated a lot of other things that night too, not just with me. So it was a huge bummer for me.
So the invite to film that big finale at Bluestone Manor was rescinded because of what happened at Bunko night?
From both of us.
Wow.
We were both not allowed to go, which I didn't really understand why I was included in that, because I tried to be calm until I wasn't.
So where do you go from here? What is your expectation of Tamra moving forward?
You know, I'm not gonna go on social media, make comments, you know. She doesn't know what I'm doing. I'm just, you know, sometimes I get sucked in, you know. We all know that there's sucked in Tamra position. We've been in it many times, so yeah. But I have fun with her, and that's my plan, is to continue on that road.
Have fun, but not be talking every day, so deep in it together every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's this commentary online that a shift happened in Tamra when she started the podcast, that now she is analyzing these other housewives and maybe operating differently, whether consciously or subconsciously. Have you noticed a difference
I mean,
in her?
there's definitely a difference in Tamra this season. It's like, you know, she's a completely different person, which is good. But I don't know that I noticed anything after the podcast. I mean, Tamra is Tamra, and I think that she's been the same Tamra since I've met her.
Okay, but you said this season she showed up a bit differently. So do you buy the Tamra?
Well, you know, time will tell. But so far, you know, she's been kind. There are some things that come up later in the season, and I'm like, what? You did that? On my behalf? She did, yeah. So
Okay.
very, very kind things.
So she tries to show up as a friend to you
Yes.
to prove.
Yes, and something that didn't even happen on camera after Archie passed away. I was doing Jeff Lewis's radio show, and she was doing the second hour, and she came and she had bought a statue of a girl and a golden retriever. Yeah, so it was very, very sweet.
Okay, so she's trying to prove with her actions that there can be positive
Right,
movement.
it meant a lot, and I'm hoping that it's authentic and great.
The other surprise from Ultimate Girls Trip for me in the OC section is Vicky confesses to the women that she also fears Tamra a bit.
I love Tamra, but I always worry about her.
Worry about what she's gonna say.
Just for the cameras.
I mean, I think that's kind of the consensus with all of our cast.
But why do people fear her?
I don't know. First of all, I'm not afraid, because I have gone toe-to-toe with Tamra quite a few times. I think it's just the exhaustion and the, I guess, the unknown of how nasty it could potentially get.
Which plays into the conversation around Heather and Tamra's friendship.
I think, like, when we're together, we're good, but then when you talk to other people after talking to Jen, like, I'm just confused.
Which has led to this conversation of, well, Heather, are you just a people pleaser, or even worse, are you two-faced? Where do you kind of diagnose that?
You know, Heather and I are in a good spot this minute, maybe not in 2 minutes. But there are, you know, of course, there are times where she'll say certain things. She's very politically correct, so to speak. You know, she's able to, defend herself. Like when we were doing the Vox party, and Emily said,
You've been talking all night.
I was about to say that. Because, you know, when Heather has a point to make, she's going to make that point, and she's going to pound it in your head on how she didn't do things wrong or how it was supposed to be that way. So yeah, that does happen. But, you know.
Do you agree with Gina and Emily that Heather needs to control the narrative and protect the image?
I think there's a part of her that feels that way. I mean, I think all of us want our image protected, but then you look at, you know, what I love about our cast is that I think that so many of the women are themselves and they just let you in. I think on maybe some other housewife franchises, you don't really get into the nitty-gritty of who the person is. So, you know, things happen, and I don't fall on purpose.
Yes, there's this whole narrative going on that you do the clumsy stuff, the silly stuff as a bit, as a shtick, that you turn on for the cameras. This one producer came out and said, she's one way to the crew, one way on camera.
It's been difficult for me, but because I have been doing this for 12 years, and I consider a lot of the people that I work with to be family at this point because they've been there all those 12 years. So it's a shame that someone is putting something out there. I know who I am, and I think you can see on the show, maybe not, that I'm pretty kind in general, but yeah, if you make me mad, I'm gonna say something. But you know, it hurts my feelings a little bit because I don't know what he's talking about.
Have you settled the beef with the quiet woman over this drama over the Andy Cohen bill?
Okay, I will just say, because it's just so blown out of proportion. First of all, when Tamra discussed it for the first time, she was in agreement that I should, you know, be a little bit upset. It's not about the bill. It's not about me getting free meals. What it has been about is I finally got to this place where Andy Cohen has never been to Orange County, and he's choosing this restaurant, and I'm bringing all these cast members, and like, I was just embarrassed, you know? I don't get complimentary. I didn't get complimentary meals there, and I'm very generous. I give my favorite servers and the managers, gift cards for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. So the way you're speaking, are you not patronizing the quiet woman for now?
I'm just taking a pause.
Okay. To borrow a Bravo term.
I'm on pause.
Well, on the note of money, your finances are becoming this conversation on the show.
So, you know, I'm meeting with the bookkeeper.
How is that going?
My problem is that I put my head in the sand, but I told her I had a 6-month goal of getting anything that I owe or anything out of the way.
Look, I'm very fortunate, and I wake up grateful every single day that I've been able to be on the show for as long as I have. I've always wanted to create something that goes beyond the show, and I started Real for Real, and unfortunately it wasn't run properly, and I didn't have the time to do it full time, so I had to shut it down, and I funded it completely 100% on my own. So a lot of money was lost in that. And, you know, I am just trying to be smart. But, you know, I sit there and I think back, oh, had I not done that, I would have this. And, you know, it is what it is. But it happens to people. I mean, I've had a very nice life, and I'm still able to maintain a certain lifestyle and help my kids, and I'm still single. I'm doing it 100% me. So I'm proud of that, but I'm just trying. I need to try a little harder and figure it out.
Vicky makes a comment about, I would love to live by the beach like you, but I can't afford that. It seems like she believes you live beyond your means,
yes,
and that you should maybe be in a condo or an apartment.
My God, we'll go out to dinner, and like, I'm single. I'm take the Uber Black. I do, because I want a professional driver, and I want to make sure I'm getting home safe. And we were out to dinner once, and she got like the lowest Uber little car. I'm waving goodbye to her, taking a video. She's rolling the window down. I'm in this car. Save $40. And I just, like, our joke is, what are you, like a squirrel that you're collecting all your nuts? Because I'm the kind of person that, I get it, we want to save, but I want to live right now too.
Yeah.
So what are you sucking it all away for? Enjoy some of it now.
But on the note of the house, like, why do you need a house when you're a single person?
In where I live in Corona Del Mar, it's they're small. I mean, it's like a front house and a back house typically. So I just enjoy it. People are walking on the streets all the time. I don't feel alone. I feel safe. I mean, I guess I do spend more on rent, I guess, than most people. It's been really good for my mental health.
Carmella's money is also a topic of discussion.
It's weird to me that somebody who made you feel uncomfortable, you would turn up to their birthday and buy them such an extravagant gift. It does read a little bit like, does she like to flash her money around?
You know what? I will tell you, Carmella has a very kind heart. She's incredibly generous. Is a Dior bag something, crazy, extravagant? Yes. But I think of course she's doing it because she's kind and generous. And I will tell you, I had a leak in my home and I had to move out for a month. I had to rip all the walls open. And I had nowhere to go, and I was calling hotels thinking, how am I going to do this with the dog? She said, we're not going to be in the Corona Del Mar house for a month. Take it. And
wow.
I moved into her home for a month.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, who does that?
So she's just a generous of spirit
Yes,
person, and
yes.
people are reading too much into maybe.
I think so. And, she not only is her ex-husband a famous athlete, but she's done well on her own with investing and doing what she does. So developing, flipping, whatever.
Yes, despite Vicky's many questions and criticisms of it.
Yeah, she's done well herself. So, and, she's feisty.
Yeah.
I like that. She's had some iconic lines, bam, right off the bat.
A lot of new girls shrink in front of Victoria Gunvalson, and she is kind of growing to
she's not shrinking anytime soon.
I don't like new girls.
But you're new too this year.
I started this franchise.
Everything has an expiration.
Oh,
We are headed to Vegas soon on the show.
Oh my God, it's so good.
The preview gives a little heated moment between you and Gina.
Oh.
I don't want to feel micromanaged in my relationship.
You shut me up.
Yeah, I had a little bit of an issue with her. In this last episode. And sometimes she's very opinionated. We all are. But, I don't need to be scolded.
Okay. What else unfolds in Sin City? Did you all get up to trouble?
Yes. I mean, I really had an amazingly fun time with Vicky.
Did you find any men in Las Vegas?
No, but I might have met a couple potential contenders.
How are we feeling about
in the hood,
these contenders?
In my hood. I don't know. It's just the weirdest thing, Brice. I never thought that I would sit here and say, maybe I don't want to date because it's kind of nice by myself. I never thought I'd say that. So, but no, I'm ready to start.
You're not putting any pressure on it. You're like, I like my life as is, and if somebody can fit into it, great.
And I think that's most people say that's when things happen. That's when you meet people.
Yeah.
Is when it doesn't matter either way.